welcome to another Summernightgames Quest for Silver. This is Igo and Phil again, and
Hello.
hey Philip. No, yeah, I don't really know you're there, but not important. So as you can see, this game is actually a replay. It's not live like we usually do, and that's because it's a really important game that we accidentally didn't record because we've both been outside of the community, the Starcraft community, for a few weeks. Philip actually for like 2 months because of technical difficulties. My hard drive actually crashed, and I lost about two games worth of footage, and also something else. But I'll get that back in, and that's why we've had a slow of video game footage lately.
Also, the reason I wasn't able to be in the Starcraft community is because
Vulcan neck.
you see my neck, it had a malfunction. There was like an electro, short circuit.
Like those guys in the Matrix who like harvest energy from brains.
So we had to get a replacement part,
and
from Cambodia.
Oh, Cambodia.
It wasn't Chile. It was Cambodia, man.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Chile was where we got the ears. Yeah. Anyway, see that was a long ordeal, and yeah, that explains it. I also came up with this build because my head was still intact. It's just that the rest of me couldn't really communicate.
So the only two things he was thinking about was coding and Starcraft.
Yeah, and I came up with this interesting Starcraft strategy for Zerg. It's against Protoss, but for some reason I did it in this game. I'm not sure why.
Fucking retarded.
Anyway,
and
so it's supposed
what
it's supposed to. Oh yeah, and then my drone gets wall raped.
Wall rape. Rape against the wall, and bam.
Anyway, so basically, what the strategy is supposed to be is it's supposed to be a 2-base double Roach Warren, so that I have a bunch of it's supposed to be against like a.
No, that doesn't really make sense. I'm still gonna argue against that because you only have.
It makes sense.
No,
it's supposed to be against like FFing Protoss. That's what it's perfectly made to counter.
I would understand if it was like a Mutalisk, Mutalisk Spire, because you have 3 upgrades in there. You have 6. You have 3 for attack, 3 for defense. You only have 2 in the Roach Warren.
But the thing is, it's the Roach Warren. You need to get those 2 by like 8 minutes. Like there is no other way to get it by 8 minutes. At least and have like a reasonable economy, enough to pump out enough roaches that you'll be able to do some serious damage.
When you also waste 150.
Oh, and you also need burrow too, so you need a layer for that. Yeah, you just trust me. You need it to get that possible.
So I pick up a late gas. I'm already at 17 drones and no mining gas, but that's happening. Here we ping the Marine, and this is. Let me tell you the story about the 2 epic Zerglings that.
2 hero Zerglings. They aren't just epic; they were heroes.
That really, they just the most awesomest Zerglings on the.
They're pretty.
Planet.
I'm just gonna summarize and say they're pretty chill dudes.
Oh, they're the most chill dudes in the history of chill.
Alright, so here's their spawning time.
I have a feeling like the enemy was just fell down the stairs at this point because they start attacking my Overlord.
Alright, so look, you see these 2 Zerglings. They're going after this Marine. The Marine's going after the Overlord. It doesn't know what's going on. The Zerglings take 0 damage.
And then
all of a sudden, another 2 Zerglings come up from the enemy.
And they just ignore
those 2. They just completely don't even notice the heroes.
And then another 2.
And then another Marine comes in to take out the Overlord. But the Zerglings, they know what's going on as soon as I look down there.
And it's just the most efficient Zerglings on the planet.
As soon as I look down there.
But one of them is a kill stealer because he's got 2 kills and the other has 0.
As soon as I look down there, and then another 2 Zerglings come in. Anyway, but apparently I actually killed the Marine without looking.
I just love how their rank is Predator even at 0 kills because they're gonna get they're just gonna die immediately. I pick up a really late layer. I do a lot of things late here.
Yeah, so now we have a decent amount of Zerglings. I would almost say too many.
Look at
that's probably. I feel like you didn't need that many. Oh my god, yeah, I actually did.
Yeah, this is where we get raffle
yeah,
stomps.
Like we didn't even spot these aliens, and then they kill a bunch of our Zerglings, and then there's so many Zerglings. So I start pumping out some roaches, and we both start pumping up units.
Wait, right before they decimate your economy, look at the units tab. Look at the
Uh,
drone difference. That guy, that Zerg was really focused on military at the beginning. When
yeah,
you
I mean
look
he
at it.
made so many units
I mean,
like the drone.
I'm way ahead of
I'm
him.
blue, you're red, and then yeah, you have way more because you have an expansion, but like we have pretty much the same drones right now. And they start roasting them. Now we've got exactly the same amount of drones. Your
So
queen
right
goes down.
here, yeah.
So
So
here
right,
I catch the Hellions with my roaches, but
and
I
here he
almost
just,
lost like a bunch of them, but
yeah. That Hellion should have just stayed and decimated that. I would have stayed there.
yes, I only lost one, but now the purple has a large lead on me in drones.
And I
I've got the
fell
same
apart
amount of drones as the
macroing.
Terran, which is never a good thing.
I really fell apart in macroing there, but your economy just flat out sucks throughout this whole game. You can't pick up an expansion. You can't do shit.
Yeah, I mean it's just horrible. I do have a decent amount of not roaches because you have roaches.
Yeah, I really saved our
'Cause I hate
asses with
this map.
roaches there.
Actually, we need to veto this map if we haven't already, because it's just such a bad map. It's like it's made for teams that where there isn't two Zergs. Like for any other matchup, it's perfectly fine. Like if there's a Zerg and like a Terran or a Zerg and a Protoss, the Protoss can just one base, the Terran can just one base, and then the Zerg can just take the two bases.
I know with Protoss and Terran on the same team, it's kind of like a modesty thing. It's like
I mean,
you want
it's
this
just then the
expansion, they're
Terran.
like, no, I insist you take it.
No, I mean like once it's like that, the Protoss could take the back expansion safely, and then they could just total like a Protoss and a Terran on this map versus two Zerglings, two Zergs. The Zergs just can't do anything because the Protoss and Terran just are able to easily contain those bases there.
Dude,
Like,
my fucking queen on my expansion has 5 kills.
anyway, so currently I'm well I helped out with my drones.
Yeah, so right here we're both
Anyway, so
trying
now
to
I'm
grab
trying
an
to take an
expansion.
expansion.
Well,
I've
Philip's
got a
trying, and
decent
then
amount
I
of roaches
put
here.
a drone up to take that expansion as soon as possible.
And I'm getting ready to rally some drones down there.
But and here is the moment where I yell at Philip. He had an overlord that I didn't even look at, right in the base, and the enemy didn't do anything about it. And look, even Mutalisk just flew right by that overlord. They didn't even.
You did not yell at me.
One Nidus worm.
You did not yell at me.
One Nidus worm.
You didn't yell at me.
I didn't
You
yell
didn't
at you
say
then. I see it now that I look
You
at the
see it
replay.
now. I mean, like, yeah, but not. But you didn't. You told me about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. And then neither of us thought to Nidus Swarm at the time because we were just like, okay, whatever.
Well, yeah,
So
because we were too worried
scouting
about
roaches.
this.
So we have a bunch of roaches, and then we scout that Mutalisks.
I luckily had a.
And then all of a
Hydralisk
sudden,
den.
I'm like, oh no, Mutalisks. Luckily, I accidentally built a second queen. No, I think I actually built a circuit go down there eventually. So they kill all of my queens, and then my drones are gonna take shelter again.
I luckily had
Because
had a Hydra den, so I try to pump out Hydra.
She had a Hydra den because yeah, we need someone. We need to go air.
You're just
So now
incredibly
I fail attack. I wanted to do, and then I burrow, but I didn't realize his roaches didn't have burrow, so they just end up dying.
Those were your two vital mistakes. One, you could have popped up those roaches and at least destroyed Siege Tank.
Yeah, like I actually lost these roaches, and here I'll explain you how I managed to lose the roaches.
And
I sent them into the Terran's mineral line because I thought that would be a good idea. But then the thing is, on the minimap you can't see them because they're just a very small dot. Okay, so you look in there.
They're a really small dot.
Like
and
really, what I should have done is notice that that I could see the workers, and that would have given me like if you look at the minimap, you can see the workers jumbling around. Like if I just did it, I was just like, oh yeah, that's probably because when I scouted them earlier, and then I didn't think, oh yeah, I wouldn't be seeing the work.
So here they take out both of our expansions.
And now my expansion gets boned.
And they take out mine.
And yours gets boned.
And Nidus Swarm, please, because that Zerg had a really frail economy.
But no, we couldn't get. Yeah, the Zerg. Hold on.
Zerg had a frail.
Zerg had 44. 44.
He was running 2 expansions.
Yeah.
And their military at that point was all in Mutalisks and ground and
yeah,
ground.
Like, if we got those Mutalisks out of position with the Hydralisks, and then I know, but the Terran has a humongous army.
So here
yeah, a good amount of
here you're yelling at me to split up my Hydras, and I begrudgingly agree.
Begrudgingly? I don't remember you being begrudged. I think it was for the sake of your economy. So then you split them up, and then when the mutalisks run into my
They're
base,
just like, yay, field day, all of these drones, yum yum yum.
well, actually they kind of just wander around, cause you don't know how to pathfind apparently, cause it's so hard to click into my mineral line with the
Yes.
hydralisks, cause it looked like you were trying to defend my evolution chambers or
Well,
something.
I didn't want them to, like, go left back into my expansion, so I was like, God
I mean, you should
damn
just
it!
get to my mineral, and then here my roaches that I send to the mineral line are finally back in my base. Because yeah, they just are, and I still have no expansion.
So here I see these mutalisks, and there's only...
Also, I have exactly 14 drones at the 15-minute mark. That's the thing.
Where do you see the time?
It's on the right above the minimap.
I don't
It's
see
actually
it.
blizzard minutes, so you gotta be careful.
What's the difference between blizzard minutes? Come on.
No, I'm not gonna tell you. Anyway, so we're both spreading creep now because hydras are slow, and I want to take.
You're not spreading any
easier.
creep. I'm just spreading it.
Hey, I was definitely spreading creep. You can look, you can see a tumor.
I'm a tumor.
See?
I'm a tumor.
And then I plant
Alright,
another
one.
tumor eventually. I plant another tumor.
Alright, so here I just get pissed off at all the
So
mutalisks. So I
here,
build
we're
a
just
shit
like,
ton of
fuck it,
spore
let's
crawlers.
attack. And then we get owned by marauders.
No, you decide to attack because you catch the marauders going away from the base. So instead of backing up, you run right into.
I
all
honestly
the
was not
crawlers.
really
All
looking here.
fucking
I was not looking. Then I got up here and I was just like, oh well, if I retreat, everything's gonna explode. By the time you get this close, like, I feel like, well, we already kind of lost. I might as well try and do damage. So I tried to get some vision, but that didn't work. Yeah. Also, mutalisks are attacking.
Yeah, they took out my Hydralisk den, but I had tons of spore crawlers pretty much everywhere.
Spore crawlers didn't do anything, bro.
Yes, they did. They took out multiple.
They took out like 3.
No, but they kept them from completely decimating my economy.
It's so no, they did not keep them from doing it because they just didn't, because there were hydralisks there. Like seriously,
No, but...
and like 6. I'm pretty sure like 6 mutalisks can take out like 1.
No, but
spore
if you back up,
but if you have a lot of mutalisks, 1 spore crawler don't mean shit, man.
No, but if you back up, you can see that when you first attacked with them, I had nothing there but spore crawlers, so they kind of
No, the hydralisks were right there, bro.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
Yes,
I
they were.
spawned them out.
They were like right there, bro. The spore crawlers didn't do shit.
And the Overlord is still right in his
You can
fucking
count the damage. It didn't do shit.
Alright, so right here you see that you see him start taking the extractor.
So here I go and try and take the gold. But then I realize there's a bunch of mutalisks that are standing there.
But you still rush in with the roaches.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice the time. The roaches, I think I'd already sent the order to. I don't remember. And then I sent them back. Because then I was like, oh, there's mulas here.
My Hydras have
Yeah, I
2-2
still can't
upgrades.
expand because... And then, oh yeah, and Ego takes that expansion that I really desperately needed.
I
because-
actually succeed with it, and I should probably.
Which means I could have been able to take it.
We,
You didn't need 3 bases. I mean, you're horrible enough with macros. Also, here's the point where you spend me 2,000 minerals because you're horrible at macro.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my god, I have 2,000 minerals. And I actually can't spend it because I don't have a hatchery
And
to
yet
spend
I still did the best.
What do you mean you still did the best?
I think on the store screen I was the best.
Well, having 3 bases tends to make you able to be the best.
No, but like
Having
better
3
than that,
bases and
sir.
bad macro is equivalent to having 2 bases with
You know,
decent...
if he built a bangling nest and turned those zerglings into banglings, he would have really fucked
What's
us over. The purple zerg.
Oh yeah, that would have been off. That would have just raped the hydralisks.
That would have just been like.
Like it would have just, especially
months.
because your hydralisks were at the front.
Whoa, wait. At the beginning of this battle right here, I noticed that like the roaches kill one of my hydras. They like spit right at a hydralisk.
Whatever, it was a mistake.
Alright, so here you're all
Anyway,
pessimistic.
so if banelings were here, these hydralisks would have easily just been mowed
Yeah.
down.
But here's the thing. Here upgrades really show that they're awesome because those 3 hydralisks took down a large number of mutas that they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, but whatever. I also have some.
Because I'm running 2-2
I also have
upgrades.
some decent upgrades on my roaches.
I'm running 2-2 upgrades, and he has 0 on his.
I
You're
was like, if
running. You're
anything,
running one. Oh no, now you have 2-2.
yeah, I know. I was researching it, and then I don't get 3-3
I
because
get out the
cannot
hive to
hive.
try to get 3-3.
I know I try and get a hive, but I can't manage it because I'm pretty sure
Your
some
economy is just too
bad
bad.
things happen. Yeah, I have 11 drones. 11. Because every time I build a building, my drone count goes down by
So
1.
here I get pissed off at this medevac. I'm like, fuck no, medevac. So I kill it.
So yeah, I'm trying to take down the Grox to get so I can finally get an expansion by sending like all of my roaches there.
Which is only.
And the rocks
19.
finally go down.
It's not the rocks finally go down, it's that you fucking don't get raped as soon as you move roaches there.
No, I only moved roaches there once before, and the rocks finally go down.
So I'm still running an average of about 2,000.
Because the rocks didn't go down the last time we moved roaches there. So
I don't get why the Terran starts to build Vikings.
Terran starts with Vikings? Really?
Yes.
Where do you see this?
You finally become smart enough to get Hydralisks.
I do?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I think that was because you, I think that was because I didn't want to get raped by marauders again.
Oh, but you finally fucking realized.
Well, no, I mean, like, I didn't need them. You were doing fine. But, you know, actually, I was just worried about...
I never had enough to really take out.
Yes, you did. They just never engaged you. Because they knew that if they engaged you, then it would be bad.
Right now I have 29.
Yeah, and it looks like,
and
he's starting to get an advantage.
The drop, and you're like, dropping my base, dropping my base. And here they do an
Actually, no, I didn't notice until now. This is the point when I noticed, and I was like, oh my god, there's a drop, and then, like, I started...
And here they do an excellent two-pronged attack.
Let's see, where are the two...
Because they took out
oh my god, no!
They took out my expansion wall.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure if they just would have attacked us all in one giant thing, it also would have worked. And there goes, like, I have one drone, and then I have no drones. I have literally 0 drones now. But I have a hatchery which gets taken down by those mutalisks because I didn't build enough hydralisks, and your hydralisks were dying over here.
Hey, I just had you know how the marauders there were stimmed, and I was thinking about how stimmed people die a little fast. Oh wait, here your gold goes out, and you're like, fuck.
And that's my last base, but I have larva left over from my original base, so I do start the production of a drone.
And this is basically where we.
But yeah, this is basically just GG. So you might be wondering why this game is, important if we just,
lost.
wrecked.
Well, you should know that we're both silver in 1v1s. We're just horrible at 2v2s, I guess, or we were just so unlucky. But actually, this is the game that got us into silver. We were placed.
Yes. So this is the end of the quest to Silver League.
It only took us a lot of games.
Oh, it took us quite a few. And, yeah, so...
So, we're finally glad to be out of bronze.
Next time.
Yeah, see you guys next time.
Quest to Gold.